Today we will be talking about emergency vehicle jump starters. First up, I've got my personal one, which is a Peak brand. It's got quite a few features, and we'll go ahead and go over those for you. So this is a 900 Peak amp, just like Tyler's over here. And again, the brand is Peak. So this is probably 3 years old. This is right when Peak started making stuff out of normal. So first up for features, we've got an LED light here. It's on this little switch. We have a USB port. So if you're on the road and need to charge your phone for whatever reason, if the cigarette lighter is being used, you have a cigarette lighter. If I can open it up here. And you have a handy dandy little red button next to that, which shows you the charge percentage. Again, you have another feature. This is a little plastic knob that you can pull out. If you leave this pulled out and say you keep this in your car, it'll make a very high-pitched, annoying noise whenever it gets down to a low charge. So that's good if you're not going to use it very often. However, it can be very annoying. And then it has a reverse polarity indicator, so in case you don't hook up the positive to positive, negative to negative, it will warn you. And it also has a on and off switch. So it's not live all the time, which is nice just in case you've got metal things in your trunk or wherever and you make a full contact and complete the circuit. So as you can see, turn it on and the percentage comes up. Another thing about this is it has a built-in AC converter in here. So you can pull out the prongs and then you hook up an extension cord to it. I'm kind of mixed on that. I don't like that you have to have your own extension cords. Some have fatter heads than others and might not work. And it adds weight to the whole unit itself. So I'm kind of mixed on that. Another thing I don't like is you'll see how it's showing 81% here. You can plug this in and it'll immediately jump up to 98% and then 99 and then 100 and it'll tell you it's done charging. Well, I don't believe that. There have been times I tried starting my car and I mean it was a dead battery in the middle of winter, completely dead, multiple times, and it wouldn't start it. And this is recommended for 8-cylinder vehicles, so you know, trucks, big vans, conversion vans, things like that. And if it can't start a little 4-banger, then there's issues with it. There's a newer version out which doesn't have all that great reviews, so that might be part of it. So again, I'm mixed on it. I really don't think this is designed for V8s at all, and that's kind of that. In terms of clamps, you got a few feet for the length, and then you have kind of a bare jaw here. They're very strong in terms of the closing force and clamping force. And they're relatively small, so there's been a few vehicles I've jump started that it comes in handy where you can get the tight spots on them. But they are coiled up quite a bit tight, so when you pull them out, they're hard to straighten out. So other than that, it's not too bad of a unit, but I mean, I paid about 60 or 70 bucks for this, and now there are far better options that are stronger, better design, better made, things like that. And again, the thing I hate most is how it says, you know, it's a certain charge and then immediately jumps up to full charge. So it's kind of a hit or miss. I personally would recommend going with a better, more well-known and trusted brand. And definitely look at the reviews, because these are all over the place in terms of these sealed lead acid battery emergency jump starters. So that's mine, and then Tyler, you can go ahead and talk about yours.
Okay, I have the JNC 300XL. JNC stands for Jump and Carry. I got these on Amazon for about $55 back in the day, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. They are currently about $65, so jumped in a little bit of price. I'm not sure if that's just due to the amount of sellers they have now. Different people are carrying it. More or less, there's a little less features than this one, but it was a little cheaper. On the front here is where we have pretty much all of the options. You have a red button that shows you the charge indicator. There are 4 LEDs. The last one is for charging only. It will blink when you're charging. The thing about that though is it will blink constantly. You will not shut off when it's fully charged. You will not know when it's fully charged. You'll just have to guess. So the first 3 show the charge. So if they're all lit, it could be so anywhere between what? It's like almost 90% to 100%, so somewhere in there. But you won't know the exact value. It will never be 100%, and then as soon as it goes to 90, it'll drop down an LED. The LED will stay on. I have brought it down to 1 LED before. I jumped like 2 cars in a row, and then it went down to 1 LED, so then I had to charge it. The actual charger itself is separate from this. You get like the wall wart, the black box. with a thin little cord that plugs into here. It's almost the same size as like the old style headphone jacks. So I'm not sure if you could find those. It might be a proprietary, but I'm sure it's just some off-the-wall kind of Chinese charger that comes with it. The yellow light turns on and off the light. It is not LED. It is an incandescent bulb.
Junk.
Yeah, and that is also where the cigarette lighter is. So that might be why it's an old style incandescent. I'm sure they had a bunch of these left over, and they were just kind of adding it in for a future. I think that turns on and off the cigarette lighter adapter. I've never used that before, but that would be my best guess as to what it goes. As far as the actual clamps go, we have a 4-gauge cord leading up to them, which is this is a 6-gauge.
Yeah, 6 gauge.
It's American wire gauge. The clamps also open a lot farther than those, but there is more plastic surrounding it, so you can't get, if you have to go up and down on these, you can't quite get on them as far. It's going to be kind of loose. You could shave that down if you wanted to. I'm sure it wouldn't matter that much. As far as cord management goes, more or less along the handle here, the cord just kind of clips in there. Yeah, you can move it over to the other side. You use up another like 1/4 inch or something like that for as far as cord management to like try to get them out of the way so they don't touch each other. But you could use something a little bit better, and then they just clip onto these like wings, I guess you'd call them, here on the side. The unit itself isn't super heavy. It's probably like 5 pounds or something like that. It is also 900 peak amps like this one. This one on the profile rated at what, 225 cold cranking amps.
I don't know.
I think so.
This one I'm not sure.
Yeah, this one's also 900 peak, so I'm assuming it's around the same thing. 200 to 250 kind of cold cranking amps.
I mean, for a V8, it should be more than that.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, there's been times where it hasn't started a little.
For my car, when my battery was completely dead, I just clamped this on there and I left it for about 5 minutes, and that basically charged my battery up a little bit, and then I was able to kind of like hard cold start my car. It got me going. These are lead acid batteries, so if it's like super cold out, the charge will go down a little bit. Like the indicator will say it's only 2 versus 3 LEDs.
Yep.
I had that happen once, but I mean, you can bring it like inside the house for a couple of minutes, warm it up in something somehow, and then you're back up to where you were before. Other than that, I mean, I like it overall. Now that it's been 2 years and there's new things out, if this were to die, I would not get the same brand again. I would go something a little bit better. But it is good for what it is. It was $55 back in the day. That was pretty cheap. These were running like $80 for like a good one. So 80 to 100. So I went with a half price one, and this has like 4-star review out of 1,300 reviews on Amazon or something like that. So it's not too bad. Do you have anything else to say about yours, Tyler?
Not really. Just, I don't know. It sounds like yours has better reviews than mine. Mine has like 2.5 stars.
Yeah, it's got instructions on the bottom here on how to hook it up if you don't know how to do that too.
Yeah.
It comes in a cardboard box, and I just keep it in the box with the charger, since the charger is like a separate kind of feature. Other than that, I'd say thanks for watching, guys. Let us know below in the comments what chargers you might use, or if you think about buying one. Like this video if you like what we have to say. Like our channel if you like our videos.
Hopefully you do.
Yeah, and as always, have a good day.
Thanks. Hey guys, welcome back to Tyler Talks Tools. Today we will be talking about emergency vehicle jump starters. First up, I've got my personal one, which is a Peak brand. It's got quite a few features, and we'll go ahead and go over those for you. So this is a 900 peak amp, just like Tyler's over here. And again, the brand is Peak. So this is probably 3 years old. This is right when Peak started making stuff out of normal. So first up for features, we've got an LED light here. It's on this little switch. We have a USB port. So if you're on the road and need to charge your phone for whatever reason, if the cigarette lighter is being used, you have a cigarette lighter. If I can open it up here. And you have a handy dandy little red button next to that, which shows you the charge percentage. Again, you have another feature. This is a little plastic knob that you can